Carson Beck had 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I would have told you before the game, Carson Beck's going to have 0 touchdowns and 3 INTs. You would have thought Georgia lost by 30. They dang near won by 30. All right, live reaction, Georgia, Texas. Texas surprisingly just got to stop here. Georgia would have got that first down with ETN. They would have won this game. So it is not officially over, but I mean, yeah, hey, this one's probably over, guys. Quinn Ewers, I mean, guys, I thought Quinn Ewers was one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I'm going to have to reassess some things and change that opinion because, man, he looked like, oh my gosh, he just threw almost a one-arm interception to Georgia. You can't make this up as I start this video. Georgia should have had like 5 interceptions tonight off of Quinn Ewers. He just threw up a jump ball that Georgia palmed one hand. Oh, wait. See myself. Oh, hold on. Right there, that play. You know, White Randy. Not to brag or make this video about me, but I would have caught that back in 7th grade PE class. As Ewers drops back and throws it behind him. Oh, he fumbled it. 2-minute warning. This game's over. Georgia's not Alabama. Speaking of Alabama, how in the world did Alabama beat Georgia? We need to make a video talking about that. How did Alabama beat Georgia? We saw Alabama blow a 28-0 lead against Georgia. Georgia up 15 2 minutes ago. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Georgia's a different team. Georgia's a real deal college football playoff contender. You know, Alabama, nah, but this ain't Alabama vid. This is a Texas and Georgia video, guys. Should I pull up the whiteboard? I'll write down a couple stats. I really just want to write down Quinn Ewers. Carson Beck, and this is the craziest thing about it. That guy had 3 picks in this game, and Georgia still just completely destroyed Georgia. If he can take care of his turnover, and that's why I picked Texas to win. I said, yeah, Carson Beck has a turnover problem. I got Texas winning. And by the way, I picked Texas to win by 21 points. One of my worst predictions of the season. So, yeah, I was wrong on that. Congratulations to Georgia, though, and I'll give you more congrats once the game is officially over. We've got some commercials on. Let me turn this down so I can lock in and concentrate. Carson Beck made mistakes, and he makes up for it. He reminds me a little bit, you know, they don't play the same, but it's kind of like Brett Favre. Yeah, he's going to throw 2 or 3 interceptions, but he's going to throw 3 or 4 touchdowns and have great passes to make up for it. At this point in time, I feel like as a Georgia fan, kind of got to live with it, right? I mean, this is who he is. He's a gunslinger. He's going to sling the rock. And Georgia's rushing attack. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe Georgia just ran through and over Texas. Shout out to Trevor Etienne, dude. On another level tonight. He was phenomenal. I believe he had the hat trick, didn't he? He had 3 tutties. Oh, and by the way, to get his 3rd touchdown, we got to talk about this. Etienne stretches the ball out. Clearly over the line, they're reviewing it. Kirby Smart's like, touchdown. I mean, I'm tweeting about it. I'm like, yeah, it's a clear touchdown. And they didn't call it a touchdown. I'm flabbergasted. I'm lost for words. Georgia scored on that drive on 4th and goal. But how was that not a touchdown? The ball's clear over the line. His knees aren't even on the ground. These refs were trying to hose Georgia. Oh, and what about this? The pass interference call. They call pass interference. Now, was it pass interference? No, I'm talking about on Texas. But they call a PI. And guess what happens? These Texas fans quite literally bullied the officials into changing the call. I've never seen anything like that. Because they started throwing stuff on the field, and since the officials had nothing to do but gather together and talk, when they gathered together, they decided to change the call. So you know what that tells me as a fan? Oh, if a call doesn't go our way, we can just, we can trash the field. Yeah. Then they'll have to stop the play, and maybe they'll gather together and talk. I mean, come on, man. We can't do that. That is Bush League. That's what happened. Because if there's never stuff being thrown onto the field, they don't change the call. They weren't going to. They'd kept playing. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. I hope we don't have any more of that in college football. Now, here's the thing. They got it right, but the point is they wouldn't even talked about it if fans wouldn't have been trashing the field. And I understand why they're upset as we're resuming game action. Does it even matter? Probably not. If you're a Texas fan, you just want this night to end. This score is not an indicator of how bad this game was. It was bad. Let's see what Quinn Ewers does here. 3rd and 3. We'll turn it up a little bit. Ewers drops back. Oh, he escapes somehow. Chunks it up. A jump. Oh, my goodness. He caught it. Gunnar Helm caught it. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That whole play was insane. It ain't over yet. Maybe I said it was over, but maybe I need to change my stance on this. Ewers drops back, throws it right. Georgia should have. If you're a Georgia fan, you gotta be furious. You gotta be furious. I'm mad for y'all. That's a 6 interception y'all drop. Just catch the ball. Game's over. Quinn Ewers is seeing ghosts out there. He's throwing it right to Georgia. This is bad. And we didn't even talk about the Arch Manning situation. We ain't even talk about that. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Because I just highly doubt Texas coming. Even if they score here, you got to get the onside kick. Throws it to the running back. He's going to be tackled in bounds, and that's going to run off at least 20 more seconds. 3rd down. I'm just going to talk over this. Let's talk about Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers. You know, I personally feel like, as Ewers throws it to the end zone, incomplete. So 4th down, they don't get this officially over. I feel like the Sharknado putting in Arch Manning in for Quinn Ewers in the first half, that was panic mode. He was straight up panicking. I didn't agree with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for change and finding a spark, because I know some people may try to say, oh, well, Matt, he was trying to get a spark. Nah, you don't do that, man. Quinn Ewers is a seasoned vet. Arch Manning was not ready to play against this Georgia defense. I just feel like no. With Jalen Hurts and Tua in that national championship game, I agree with that. But Ewers is the guy, okay? Here's the thing with Jalen Hurts that year. As it's 4th and 6, Ewers drops back. He's about to get sacked. He chunks it up, and that's it. Ball game. I do apologize. I'm trying to do this recap while it's going on. Hopefully y'all don't mind. We'll clap it up to Georgia real quick. Good stuff. Hey, man, that defense was ferocious tonight. Hey, congratulations, Georgia. I'm happy for my Georgia fans. Big win. But like I was saying, we got a lot to talk about here. Turn this down a little bit so I can lock in. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. All right. Like I was saying, sorry for that, guys. Jalen Hurts, when he got benched for 2 in national championship, Hurts was struggling to throw the ball all year. Okay, Quinn Ewers, this was a Heisman candidate. I mean, this guy, he's the guy. He's really good. Or so we thought. At least heading into his game, he was really good. I don't agree with benching him for Arch Manning. You just wasted 2 drives there. Did Arch have a couple of decent plays? Sure, but that was just almost like waving the white flag. I didn't agree with that. I just can't emphasize that enough. Maybe some of y'all don't mind it, and you're going to say, oh, well, man, we couldn't do anything. Like, what's the difference? Quinn Ewers had, 17 passing yards in the first half. It couldn't be worse. Hey, that is a good rebuttal. That is a good argument. But I just feel like when you put in Arch Manning, nothing was going to happen. Them Georgia defenders, when they saw Arch in there, they was licking their chops. I would have been licking my chops. I was like, oh, yeah, boys. You see that? We got fresh meat. That's how I would have felt. I mean, that's how I felt watching it. Quinn Ewers scares me. I know he struggled tonight, but he can go out there and play like a 2012 Johnny Manziel. He can win you a football game. Arch Manning wasn't going. He wasn't going to go out there and bring you back from, 20-0? Heck no, or 23-0, whatever it was. Let me move this whiteboard out the way a little bit. So that's enough of that. Georgia, like I said, they weren't really hitting on all cylinders, clicking on all cylinders, whatever you want to call it. Defense played out of our minds, and that's why I won this game. I mean, I was severely wrong about this game from every aspect. Georgia wins by 15. I had Texas by 21. Just a bad prediction, and this has been the weirdest season of college football I've ever personally witnessed. And a large reason for that, I'm not trying to make this about Alabama, but it's because Saban's gone. And without Saban, anybody can win now. When Saban was in college football, it was Alabama and then everybody else. Did Alabama get upset every now and then? Yeah, but it was rare. It was Alabama and everybody else. Now it's just everybody else. There's no, the team. Bama, I know it was close at the end, but they blew out Georgia in the first half. And then you got Georgia blowing out Texas. Georgia, Texas, the number one team in the nation, got blown out in this game. The score's deceiving. What is going on? College football is crazy, but hey, as a fan, I love it. If you're a Texas fan, I'd be feeling really worried about this because you look bad. I don't know what you do going forward. There's not really a quarterback controversy to me. It's still Quinn Ewers' job, still his team. But he looked bad. He looked bad last week too. And I kind of chalked last week up to he was shaking the rust off of him because he didn't play for a month. But now this is another game where he looked abysmal. I mean, I thought Ewers was a legit top 10 NFL draft pick. I thought he was a franchise caliber quarterback. After watching this game, I don't know about all that, man. I hate to, I'm not even having a knee-jerk reaction. He wasn't good last week either. Hasn't really been stellar all year long. I wonder if he's hit his ceiling because he was so good as a freshman and he was so good in high school. I wonder if that's it. And that happens for some players. Same thing with Jalen Milroe at Alabama. I think last year he hit his ceiling and he's just not going to get much better. Some people peak at different ages in their life, different times. If you see me looking over here, I'm just watching a post-game interview and stuff. I think Ewers reached his ceiling, and that would worry me if I'm a Texas fan. It's not like Georgia just outplayed you in this game. They did. But there's no signs of improvement for Texas. There's nothing really to cling on and say, oh, we did this good, we did that good. No. Defense wasn't great. Offense was abysmal. Sure, they had the drive to open up the half, but it's all too late. When you're playing a team like Georgia, you get down 20-0, it's going to be near impossible to come back and win. It's an uphill battle you don't want to fight. Texas, all in all, I'd be worried. This does not look like they look. I don't want to say they don't look like a playoff team. Remember, 12 teams get in the playoff. I tell you this much: this don't look like a national title contender. You didn't even compete in the game. At least Georgia, when Alabama was stomping them in the ground, came out and competed in the second half. They took the lead. You never retook the lead in this game. You never even got close. Georgia is Georgia. And there was a lot of, they're the new Alabama. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, Georgia's falling off after that Bama game. Yep. Georgia, they ain't this, they ain't that. Last week they struggled Mississippi State. I said the same thing. I was like, yeah, I guess I was wrong on Georgia this year. They're not a great team. They're just a good team. I guess I'm wrong again. No, they're a great team. It's just there's so much parity, man. So much parity in college football. But, do we put Georgia at one now? I have no idea. Really different conversation for a different day. We'll talk more about that as, when the rankings come out, we'll discuss it. I'll post my rankings tonight on Twitter if you are curious. Feel free to check that out. All right, I think that's everything I need to touch on with Georgia. Texas, just didn't look good. I could pull up some of this. You know what? I'm not even going to write them down. Let's just pull it up on the phone. I don't think you guys mind too much. Hold on. We'll do this in live time. Hold on. Give me a second. Dude, where's this game at? Give me a second. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Hey, what about Colorado tonight? We're going to make a Colorado video now. I got some Colorado fans. All right, Carson Beck. Oh, my gosh. Carson Beck. No. I got to write this down. I got to write this down. I wasn't going to. Okay, I changed my mind. Give me a second. Look at these stats. This is so unbelievable. Hey, shocking. That's actually pretty good right there. Carson Beck, 23 for 41. Not really that good a completion percentage. 175. That's okay. 0 touchdowns. Gotta be careful. Remember, I almost broke the whiteboard. The dent's over here. I don't know if y'all can see that. 0 touchdowns. 3 interceptions. Carson Beck had 3 INTs. Flip side, Quinn Ewers, kind of similar. 25 43, 211. Not good. It's like okay at best. 2 touchdowns, right? Y'all can't even see me. 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. If I would have shown you this, take that away. Whatever. That don't even look bad on paper, but Quinn Ewers played way worse than those numbers indicate. He should have had 6 INTs. I'm not even joking. He should have had 6 or 7. Carson Beck had 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I would have told you before the game, Carson Beck's going to have 0 touchdowns and 3 INTs. You would have thought Georgia lost by 30. They dang near won by 30. Unreal, unbelievable. Who knows what would have happened if Carson Beck didn't have those 3 INTs, but that's neither here or there. They still dominated the game. Quinn Ewers, you know, I think he had a fumble too or something. It was just that Georgia defense. It looked like the Georgia defense I saw last year, year before. Monstrous and kind of sad. It looked like the old Bama defenses. Wish we could have a Georgia defense. I guess that was in the good old days. Not going to happen anytime soon, but yeah. Georgia looks like Georgia. The Georgia team I thought we were going to see the starting this year. They look like the #1 team in the nation. Am I going to put them at #1? I don't know. I got to think about it. Watch some film. Watch some of the other games. But I can't get over that stat line. That's crazy. Because Carson Beck, I know you can't say this. If you take away 3 INT, you can't take away what happened. But I don't think he played as bad as these numbers look. He didn't play like great, but he managed the game, especially when Texas cut it, 23-15? They had a big touchdown drive there to get it to 30-15. That was a huge drive because you could feel the momentum shifting, and boom, just like that, Carson Beck, a.k.a. Timmy from South Park, he takes over, leads them on a nice touchdown drive. They had that trick play, hit the tight end, Oscar Dell. That was a really nice play. I was a fan of that. All in all, hey, Georgia looked great. Texas, you look not so great. I'm a Georgia fan. Really happy with this team. Really happy with the defense, offense. They're only going to get better. Only going to get better. I think I'm missing some things, but we may make a different video talking about it. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But